We're going to take Maaseh and we're going to learn what it is. Maaseh is a really, really important mitzvah. That is one of the mitzvot tluyot ba'aretz. Only can do it in Israel, this kind of Maaseh in any case. So we have some beautiful plums. I'm taking a little more than 100, which I will explain, of that. I'm using one that already opened because we're not doing it for real. We're just doing it now for practice.
But show how you get 100.
So how many plums do you think are in here? About 50 max. Okay, probably less. So that means I have to take like a little more than 200. I have to take, okay, for each 100 plums, I take 1 plum. So I have to take, let's say, half a plum. Just probably a little bit less than half a plum, because I don't think there's 50 in here. You don't have to count. But I'm just to make sure I'm taking basically, sorry about that, half a plum, putting it in this bag, okay? Now I have apples here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16 apples, okay? So I don't know the exact calculation, but I take a small piece of an apple. And I know I take a piece that's not so good because anyway, I'm going to throw it out, like I said. So if there was 100, I'm taking 1 apple. Since I'm taking a little bit more than 1/10 of an apple right now, because there's 16 apples. Okay, not 10, there's a little bit more. And so I'm taking this amount now. Even the truth is, I can even take this. Okay, that's enough. So what else I have? I have these little leaves that are not really so good, but I'm just taking like a piece. It's very little, and I'm taking a piece and putting it in here.
Oh, not just from fruit. Any
fruit and vegetables, okay? Now, let me explain how it works. Okay, so the first thing that we do is we give Teruma. Teruma is to the Kohen. It's not Maaseh. It's Teruma. That means in the Torah, it doesn't say how much to give Teruma. You can give just a mashehu, just a tiny little tinge. But we're also taking out, that's what's in this bag now, is what I have to give to the Kohen and what the Kohen has to give to the Levi. Okay, so I have to give 100 to the Kohen. I mean, I have to give a little nothing to the Kohen, a little something, not a little nothing, a little something. Mm-hmm. And then I have to, but then the Kohen has to give to the Levi 1/10 of what he gets. So I have to give him 100 so that he can give 1/10 to the Levi. Okay, so now that's what I have in here. A little more, that's what I give to the Kohen. Then 100, that's what the Kohen gives to the Levi. 1/10 of his. So that's what we put in here.
So originally it wasn't 100? It was just an amount?
Well, that's because I'm also giving what the Levi has to give to the Kohen. All this, what we're using here now, is holier than no one can access it. The Kohen cannot eat it. They cannot, unless we have a temple, and first we have to have a paraduma and all that. The red heifer. So, and the temple. So until we have those 2 things, we cannot give it to the Kohen. It's too holy. The Kohen cannot eat it. It needs the temple to be eaten. And it needs to be eaten in purity that only we could do after we get the red heifer. So that's how we do it now. Okay, how we're going to do it when the temple comes, that's another class that someone else has to give. Okay, I only know what we do now. So I put it in here. Now, there's also what I have to give to the Levi. That's called Maaser Rishon, okay? The Maaser Rishon I give to the Levi. That's 1/10, and that I give in money, because the Levi can access it, but it's not practical for me to go to a Levi and give him a fruit now, okay? 1/10 I have to give him. So every year we pay a certain amount, estimated of our crops, how much they're worth, to Machon HaTorah VaHaaretz, and they're our shaliach, and they're our emissary to pay for the Levi. And there's one other maaser that I have to give every 3rd and 6th year, and now it is the 3rd year of the Shemitta cycle. So that means that it's Maaser ani, I give to the poor another 10% after I take the first 10%, so it becomes like a 9%. And that I also paid for with Machon HaTorah VeHaaretz. And now I'm going to show you how it works. I have this in my hand. All the fruits have to be in the same root, the fruits and the vegetables, so even better if on the same table, but they don't have to be. They just have to be in the same room. If you by mistake you said it and you had in mind something was in the fridge closed, it's still like b'diavad included. So here are all those things that I'm putting myself on right now. So here, I'm gonna do the real thing, but I'm also gonna explain it at the same time. I know Hashem will like it that way. What I say now, it goes on every different kinds separately. Okay?
Is explaining or what you read each time?
I'm reading it and explaining it, but I can't do talking because I'm doing the real thing now. The 100 that is in this thing, in the bottom, what I put aside, that's in this bag. It's still tevel, which means it's not forbidden, it's totally out of reach for anybody. Meanwhile, because I haven't allocated it yet, because we said that hundreds was what the Kohen has to give to the Levi. So we're waiting with that because first he has to receive what we give to him. Okay? The rest of what I have in this bag, that's the Teruma Gedolah. That's what I give to the Kohen. First I have to give to the Kohen before he can give to the Levi. Yes? Now, the 100s that I mentioned, and another 9 parts of hundreds of the upper part of what's in here, that's what I want to repair, that's what I want to do the Ma'aser on. That's called Ma'aser Rishon. That's what I give to the Levi. So, okay, I'll review it after I finish. Hama'it Shishkati, the 100s that I mentioned first, that was in a time table, that was, meanwhile, was not allocated. Hare, okay, where did I go? Hare hu hama'it shishkat hare hi trumat ma'aser. That's the truma of the ma'aser. The truma is what you give to the Kohen. The ma'aser is what you give to the Levi. So trumat ma'aser is what the Kohen gives to the Levi. That's the 100s that's in here. Now we allocate it. First we set it aside because first I have to give him the Ma'aser Rishon. That's what I give to the Levi. It's called Ma'aser Rishon. From the language 1/10. Me'aser, me'eser. Okay, Hamayit Shishkati, Utchumat Ma'aser, we did that. Ot Tisha Me'yot B'tzad HaTachton Shel Ma She'Birtzoni Teken. Another 900s of what's in the bottom of what I want to like fix here with Ma'aser. Harehen Ma'aser Ani. This year it's Ma'aser Ani. Okay? So that's what's left after I give the Ma'aser Rishon to the Levi. I now have the Ma'aser Sheni with what's left from in here.
Ada screaming.
Okay. Ve'im tzarich la'frish Ma'aser Ani. Okay, that's Ma'aser Ani. And then I say my last thing. Hama'aser Rishon v'Hama'aser Ani, which is what I give to the Levi and what I give to the poor. Natun leLevi veLa'ani is given to the Levi and to the poor al pi haskem shenichtam imam, according to the agreement that I have with them. And so that's basically it for now. Turn it off.